Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
From a glimpse into the kind of fabric that King David and King Solomon may have worn 3000 years ago to what the baby T-Rex looked like, on this episode of Scientifics, I, Mohana Basu, take you through some of the most exciting science stories of the week from across the globe. For the first time, rare evidence has been found of fabric dyed with royal purple dating from the time of King David and King Solomon. A team of researchers were examining the colored textiles from Timna Valley, which is an ancient copper production district in southern Israel. They found remnants of a woven fabric, a tassel, and fibers of wool dyed with royal purple. Radiocarbon dating confirms that these items were from approximately 1000 BCE, which is around the same time that David and Solomon ruled Israel. The purple dye is often mentioned in the Bible and appears in various Jewish and Christian contexts. It was produced from a species of mollusk found in the Mediterranean over 300 kilometers from Timna. Purple attire was associated with nobility, priests, and royalty. This is because the dye was so difficult to produce and did not fade. It was the most highly valued of dyes, often costing more than gold. Before this, researchers had only ever found mollusk shell wastes and broken pieces of pottery with patches of the dye. Now, for the first time, there is direct evidence of the dyed fabrics from the Iron Ages preserved for some 3000 years. Also this week, scientists throw some light on the infamous Russia's Dead Mountain conspiracy theory. Known as the Dyatlov Pass incident, 9 young hikers in 1959 died under mysterious circumstances in the snowy Ural Mountains. The hikers, 7 men and 2 women, had pitched their tents at the base of a small slope. But during the night, a blizzard caused the temperatures to drop to minus 25 degrees Celsius, and the hikers did not make it through the night. It took nearly a month for investigators to find all 9 bodies scattered in the Dead Mountain. Some of the hikers died half-dressed, while others had broken bones and cracked skulls. Their tent, half buried in the snow, had been slashed open from the inside. It still held some of the hikers' neatly folded clothes and half-eaten provisions. Russian investigations at the time concluded that all 9 hikers had died of hypothermia after being cast into the cold under the influence of a compelling natural force. Everything from aliens to abominable snowmen have been implicated in the mystery since then. But now, scientists have found that under specific environmental conditions, a slab avalanche could have plausibly toppled onto the group as they slept. The snow nearly flattened the tent and caused bone fractures in those sleeping inside. This forced the hikers to cut their way out of the tent. The team concluded that the hikers must have dragged their wounded comrades behind as they attempted to survive the night in the open air. None survived the freezing temperatures. While the research does not explain every facet of the Dyatlov mystery, it does provide the first scientific proof for what may have transpired that night. Meanwhile, scientists have narrowed down on the mass range for dark matter, which can help focus the search for the mysterious matter that is thought to account for approximately 85% of the matter in the universe. The researchers at the University of Sussex used the established fact that gravity acts on dark matter just as it acts on the visible universe to work out the lower and upper limits of dark matter's mass. Their findings show that dark matter cannot be either ultralight or super heavy unless there is some undiscovered force that is acting upon it. The team used the assumption that the only force acting on dark matter is gravity. If, however, researchers do eventually isolate dark matter and find its mass is outside of the range predicted by the Sussex team, then it will also prove that an additional mysterious force, apart from gravity, acts on dark matter. Also this week, a team in Greece has discovered the fossilized remains of a tree which has intact branches and roots after some 20 million years. The tree was discovered on the volcanic island of Lesbos. The site is near an ancient forest petrified millions of years ago on the eastern Mediterranean island. Excavations have been going on at the site since 1995, but this is the first time that the researchers have found a tree with the branches and roots intact. The fossilized tree, about 19 meters long, was preserved by a thick layer of volcanic ash. Lesbos Petrified Forest is a 15,000-hectare UNESCO protected site. A volcanic eruption 20 million years ago smothered the island's subtropical forest ecosystem in lava. This site is allowing researchers to reconstruct the ecosystem that existed during the period, gathering valuable information of not only the plants but also the animals that lived in these forests. In other news from paleontology, scientists have for the first time found remains of the embryo from the group of ferocious dinosaurs that includes the T-Rex. The fossils show that the unborn dinosaurs already had jaws and claw bones, showing that these babies were born ready to hunt. The fossils represented two species from the group called Tyrannosaurus, the apex predators in Asia and North America towards the end of the dinosaur age. The fossils indicate that these dinosaur babies were the size of a medium dog, about 3 feet long, and hatched from eggs that must have been enormous. This means that these were bigger than any other dinosaur babies, and their eggs perhaps exceeded the 17-inch length of the largest dinosaur eggs currently known. The fossil includes a 77 million year old jawbone, which is about 1.2 inches long. This may have belonged to a species called Dasplestorosaurus. The other was a 72 million year old wedge-shaped claw that may belong to a species called Albertosaurus. That's all for this week. This is Mohana Basu, special correspondent at The Print. Don't forget to tune into Scientifics next week for the latest science news.